Hello, I'm Kaiser and welcome to Moose Reads. Before I get started, I want to say that the opinions that I give here are my own opinions. They are extremely subjective. If I dislike a book, it is not a reflection on the author and it is not a reflection on people who do like it. Different people have different tastes, and that's okay. Today I will be reviewing Abaddon's Gate by James S.A. This is the third novel in the Expanse series. It is a sci-fi book. The description says, "For generations, the solar system, Mars, the moon, the asteroid belt, was humanity's great frontier. Until now. The alien artifact working through its programming under the clouds of Venus has appeared in Uranus's orbit, where it has built a massive gate that leads to a starless dark. Jim Holden and the crew of the Rocinante are part of a vast flotilla of scientific and military ships going out to examine the artifact. But behind the scenes, a complex plot is unfolding, with the destruction of Holden at its core. As the emissaries of the human race try to find whether the gate is an opportunity or a threat, the greatest danger is the one they brought with them." 4 stars. This book is exactly as good as the previous two. However, I liked it a little less. These books are all written in multiple POVs. Well, technically these books are all written in a single POV, which is third-person limited, but who it is limited to generally shuffles between a handful of characters. In this book, we get 4 of them: Holden, Bull, Anna, and Melba. So the reason I liked this book less is that while I always like Holden and Bull was fine, I was less enthusiastic about the other two. Anna isn't really that bad. She's a very nice woman, and she's doing her best. Unfortunately, she's, I believe, a Methodist pastor. As a consequence, she focuses a fair amount on how the gate impacts their understanding of God. There's more than a little religion, and eventually we get into what is technically a battle of theologies. That's fine if you're into it, but I'm an atheist, and I'm not. Melba, on the other hand, I just couldn't stand. Every time we got a chapter from her POV, it just made me hate her more. I also often spent her chapters wanting to yell. Melba is an alias, and we learn right away that she's actually the daughter of one of the people responsible for unleashing the protomolecule into the wider solar system. He got found out and arrested in the last book, and Melba blames Holden for his fall from grace. I want to make it clear that at no point does Melba claim that her father is innocent. She also never asserts his guilt, but as far as I could tell, she fully accepts that he did what he was arrested for. She doesn't care, though, because the only thing that matters in this universe is a person's legacy, and Holden has destroyed her father's. By extension, he's destroyed hers as well, but she never really seemed focused on that. So, Melba has decided that the proper and just course of action is to destroy Holden's legacy in turn. In fact, she wants to destroy it in such a way that everything he's done before will become suspect. She plans to do this by using a bomb and a deepfake to make it seem like he is unilaterally taking control of the gate due to sheer ego. I just can't enjoy being more or less in the head of someone who thinks that the proper response to her father paying for his crimes which involve the wholesale slaughter of what is either a large city or a small country, is to kill more people so that everyone will hate, and probably kill, a man who has only ever tried to save lives. Now look, there were a few weeks and several books between my reading Caliban's War and Abaddon's Gate, so some of the details are a bit fuzzy. But what really frustrated me about Melba's whole deal is that I don't actually think Holden was responsible for her father's arrest. Her father essentially kidnapped a high-level politician. I'm fairly certain Ava Sarala sussed out his guilt largely on her own. So, unless I'm mistaken, Holden's contribution to her father's downfall is largely relegated to keeping Ava Sarala alive. It's fine. People are ridiculous, so it's a perfectly believable motivation. I just hate her, okay? Even so, this book was great. Irritating POVs aside, it had a complex plot, intense stakes, and a fair number of perfectly likable characters. Certainly I was never bored. I put an immediate hold on Cipolla Burn and will read it as soon as I'm able. I don't think I need to get into spoilers for this one. There's some stuff I could complain about regarding the point when Anna and Melba meet, but it would really just be me complaining more about Melba, so I won't bother. That's all I have to say about Abaddon's Gate. If you like this video, I hope you'll watch more in the future. Thanks for watching this one. Bye!